I've talked about elements within the show. I guess it's time to take a peek behind the curtain and see how the show itself was made. Looking up articles for this was not easy. I only managed to find out how the CGI was done, and the people who worked on the show. Even then I could only find so much. As the show was a blend between live action and CGI, most of the effort went into the visual effects. The effects were done by Calibre Digital Pictures, using, at the time, Alice Systems Maya. As each episode was half an hour long, it would contain 10 minutes of digital content, requiring a mixture of character animation and green screen composites to bring to life the illusion of video game characters interacting with the live actors. If you want to know more about how they did it in more detail, I recommend reading this article from the Computer Graphics World website. I'll share a link to it in the description box below. Now, the only other behind the scenes feature I can do is talk about the many producers, writers, directors, composers, artists and actors who brought the show to life. Let's start with the creative minds who thought up this series. Rick Sickelgo was the executive producer and one of the co-creators of Acelightning, but before that he was the man responsible for bringing Thomas the Tank Engine to the USA, co-creating and producing the American version of it called Shining Time Station, alongside the spin-off Schema Presents, lasting from 1989 to 1993 with a grand total of 65 episodes. Once production was finished, he then went on to produce a few more British originals to the US, including The Animals of Fabian Wood, The Tweenies, Bill and Ben, and most notably, Noddy. Lasting from 1998 to 2000, it was doing Noddy that gave Rick his first experience working with the BBC, the same channel that would give him the chance to do Acelightning. After doing Acelightning, he went on to do Dino Sapien, a science fiction show featuring highly intelligent dinosaurs that also broadcasted on CBBC, and was also aimed towards a more mature audience, which only lasted one season. From 2016 to 2018, he went back to his preschool show roots with Little People, a show that teaches kids about the importance of fairness, sharing, and all the other heartwarming stuff you expect from these types of shows. As of now, he is currently teaching everything he knew about TV production to students at the University of New York. However, he has been pitching new ideas to other networks. Jim Coyston was the other creator of Acelightning and another producer for the show. Before that, he started off his career being a line producer for a TV movie called The Rocket Boy, eventually becoming a location manager and producer for Shining Time Station, where he worked with Rick Sickelgo. Along with Sickelgo, he produced the American version of Noddy and then went on to work with him on Acelightning and later Dino Sapien. He also produced the game show Ghost Trackers, the sitcom Life with Boys, the drama Ride, and the comedy show Davy and Jonesy's Locker. Jeff Biederman was one of the writers of Acelightning and helped develop the show. One of his first jobs in the industry was being a production assistant for the American Noddy, before becoming a writer for the famous Jet Jackson, and later writing for 8 episodes for Acelightning, even becoming a story editor for season 2. He also wrote for Dino Sapien and continued to write for many children's shows until becoming a producer for the sitcom Life with Derek, later becoming a writer and producer for the TV movie spin-off Life with Luca. He became the showrunner for the series Spun Out, and as of now he is still writing for TV shows. Don McCutcheon directed the most episodes of Acelightning, starting out as a second unit and assistant director during the 70s and 80s before becoming a main director in the late 80s and the whole 90s, directing a variety of shows ranging from kids shows and adults. The most well-known production he's been involved in is directing episodes of FBI Most Wanted, Sheen Kelly was a writer who wrote the most episodes of Acelightning. Before that, he was part of the National Lampoon franchise, being a writer for Lemon's Dead in Concert mockumentary. Continuing to write for TV for the 80s and 90s, he ended up writing for Shining Time Station and worked on the soundtrack for Legally Blonde. Sadly, he passed away in 2022. Graham Lynch directed the second most episodes of Acelightning. He is known for Cheer Squad, where he was also a producer. Other producers of the show include Noreen Halpin and John Morrison. Other directors include Gail Harvey, Steve Wright, Chris Bold, Anthony Brown, Charles Walker and Rain Moss. Other writers include Alan Grant, a Scottish writer who actually worked on several DC Comics productions. He sadly passed away in 2022. Mark Llewellyn Young, Richard Clark, Neil Richards and Larry Braudy. While the opening theme was performed by the band Four Square, many other composers were involved. Stacey Hirsch being the main composer of 26 episodes, followed by Mark Thomas, who won a BAFTA for composing the music for Twin Town. Sadly, he passed away in 2023 after a long illness. Other composers include Christina Simon Head and Philip Stanger. Matt Ficner was the person behind all the video game characters, working on the puppetry on the Noddy Show and did all the rare moments in Acelightning, which included puppets, even voice acting to characters. Matt Ficner continues to do puppets from television and even has a channel on YouTube. Thomas Wensley started off his career in Liverpool, where he played the role of Brain in Tuppence to Cross the Mersey. After acting in several theatre productions, he moved to Newcastle, where he joined the local acting group, and while appearing in a college production, an agent saw him and asked him to sign up for his agency. Through this, he was able to get his first TV role in Tilly Trotter. He went on to do more TV roles, such as Goodbye Mr. Chips, until he got the lead role as Mark Hollander in Acelightning. Moving to Toronto to film the series. When the series was over, Manzi moved back to Britain and continued to appear in TV such as Keen Eddie, with his last role being in the Gilblitz Boys. Nowadays, he teaches drama at different schools. Mark Minardi played Chuck, but before he played that lovable nerd, he starred in the Odyssey 5. After Acelightning, he appeared in Degrassi Minis and the sequel series Degrassi The Next Generation, playing the character Lucas Valeria. Alongside acting, he also plays in a band and has written and directed his own films. Shadia Simmons played Samantha Thompson, the first female lead on the show, but before that she had already had a pretty good start in her career, appearing in the original Goosebumps show, the TV movie The Colour of Friendship, and Xenon, the sequel. After Acelightning, she appeared in the TV series Strange Days at Blake Hoasley High and Life with Derek. She retired from acting and went on to become a teacher. Ashley Leggett played Kat Adams in Season 2, becoming the second female lead. But before she became an actress, she started off as a dancer, and after appearing in a couple of stage productions, caught the acting bug and appeared in Real Kids, Real Adventures. Alongside Acelightning, she had a recurring role in I Was a Sixth Grade Alien and played the lead role in Confessions of a Drama Queen. But her biggest role to date was the lead part of Casey in the sitcom Life with Derek, which went on to achieve great success. Since then, she continues to guest star in other American productions, including Criminal Minds. A little fun fact, her and Shadia Simmons have appeared in 4 different productions together. Brandon Correa played Cool Kid Brett, but before that, he already starred alongside a well-known face. He starred in Avenging Angelo opposite Sylvester Stallone. He's also known for It's a Boy Girl Thing and Max Payne. He continues to appear in TV and is even a martial arts expert. Jordan Hughes played school bully Wayne Fergus, but before that he also got parts in RoboCop the series, the 1999 film The Mighty, and the 1998 film Sanctuary. He last appeared in the 2004 film The Confessor and hasn't done anything since. Petra Wildgoose played a self-centered Heather Hoffs. She was well known for appearing in My Big Fat Greek Wedding, Bury the Lead, and Category 6, Day of Destruction. She has since hanged up her acting hat and earned a PhD. Philip Williams played Duff Kent. As one of the adults in the show, Williams already had a lively career, appearing as a character actor in a multiple of different productions. Some of his most well-known films include Good Will Hunting and Tommy Boy, but one notable film is Jason X. Even after Acelightning was done, he continued to appear in films and TV. Sadly, he passed away in 2024. R.D. Reed played the long-suffering science teacher Mr. Chesbo, but he made a name for himself as a character actor since the 1970s, before and after Acelightning, including Half-Baked, Lars and the Real Girl, Dawn of the Dead and Diary of the Dead. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2017. Ned Vukovic played Mark's dad Simon, but while he is an actor, he is also a director and dialect coach for different films and TV shows. But tragically, he was diagnosed with ALS and now writes a blog about his life. I'm going to be sharing the link to his blog because it truly is fascinating hearing someone with this pretty harmful disease and how he's still living his life. Give it a read, it is really fascinating. Susan Danford plays Mark's mother Fiona, and while she had supporting roles in many productions, her most well-known roles have been more recent, including Raised by Wolves, Friend Request and Poppy Nongina. Brett Hurd is an award-winning actor, writer, director and producer who has a number of projects under his belt, including Stag, Life Unjarred, Go Fish and Flippin' for Christmas. In Acelightning, he played the Master Control programmer Rick Hummel. The heroic voice of Acelightning himself was provided by Michael Riley. Riley made his screen debut in the 1987 film No Man's Land. He went on to star in Power Play from 1998 to 2000. He then had an award-winning performance in This Is Wonderland and played a lead role in Being Erica. Other noteworthy performances include French Kiss and Cube Zero. Wan Chiorin brought the evil, cackling voice of Lord Fear to life. While he has appeared in multiple film and TV productions, including the series Tracker, and lending his voice in Grossology, his heart belongs on stage, starring in a number of Shakespeare plays. He is also one of the many actors to play Count Dracula, playing the iconic vampire in Dracula, a Chamber musical. Tamara Bernier voiced Lady Illusion, but she wasn't the only shapeshifter she voiced, as Bernier voiced Mystique in Wolverine and the X-Men. She has many other voiceover roles, including Maggie and the Ferocious Beast and Braceface, but she has many live-action appearances, including The Swordsman and Flashpoint. Ted Atherton is the actor, director, writer who voiced a cold and calculating Kilobyte, making his first screen appearance in Nothing Too Good for a Cowboy, but he is well known for Sue Thomas, FBI. He continues to appear in different TV and film productions. Sparks was voiced by Deborah Odell, an actress and singer, playing in the German productions of Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals and being a backup singer for Julio Iglesias during a world tour. She is apparently retired from acting since 2012. Michael Lamport voiced a Cockney accent Staffhead. He is known for Curious and Unusual Deaths, The Psychic Diaries and Man Seeking Women, even starring alongside Tamara Brynja in the 2010 film Saint Ros. He sadly passed away in 2023. Cal Dodd voiced the cyborg Random Virus, but he'll always be known as the voice of Wolverine from the X-Men animated series, a role that he has reprised in Spider-Man the Animated Series and the sequel series X-Men 97. He has voiced in many other projects, most notably the original Goosebumps series, where he voiced Slappy the Dummy. The sly, dirty rat was voiced by Adrian Truss, an actor and comedian who has a habit of appearing in many Canadian animated series, including Totally Spies, Ruby Gloom, Atomic Betty, Jane and the Dragon and Donkey Kong Country. He's also part of a comedy troupe, The Illustrated Men, alongside Bruce Hunter and David Herband. Both of them have also many acting credits to their name. Pigface was voiced by Keith Knight, who appeared in the 1979 film Meatballs and voiced the White Rabbit in Care Bears Adventures in Wonderland. Sadly, he passed away in 2007. The dumb but brutal Anvil was voiced by Howard Jerome, an actor and writer known for Naked Launch, Barney's Version and Lucky Number Slelvin. Sadly died in 2021. Googler's manic voice was provided by Richard Binsley, an actor who appeared in the 1994 RoboCop series, the 2005 film Cinderella Man, and the animated adaptation of Red Wall. Everyone's favourite cowboy zombie Rockgut was voiced by Robert Tinkler, a Canadian voice actor who provides voices for a number of cartoons and anime shows. He voiced Max in The Adventures of Sam and Max Freelance Police, Lee in the children's animated series Cyberchase, Belswick Eggart in Pelswick, and Harry in Almost Naked Animals. Quite possibly his biggest role to date is the voice, or at least the noises, of Buddy the Rat from The Nut Job. Other actors include Devon Anderson as Pete, Diane Douglas as Mrs. Kutcher, and David Herband as the coach. As the series was filmed in Toronto, it comes to no surprise that most of the live actors and some of the voice actors have worked together in different Canadian productions. What's even more interesting is how, even in an obscure series like this, you will find at least one recognisable name in a series such as this.